Little fellow, you must have given up the hope of living.
On the contrary, I do not let the word death bother me.
Same here, baby.
Then what are you waiting for?
Recorded in Chicago, Illinois, with your hosts, Ken, Matt, Neal, and Jeff. This is Triviality. The cream of the crop!
Hello, welcome to Triviality, the show where a lack of seriousness meets a little bit of knowledge. My name is Ken, and unfortunately I'm deceased this morning. I woke up pretty sick, but I'm going to do my best to be your host today. In the studio, our normal panel, Neal, Jeff, and Matt. How you guys doing?
Yeah, I mean, even though I'm not sick, I'm also chugging the Dayquil because I just like it sometimes.
Yeah, well, that's all right. I mean, that's just, we can't knock you for that. I have a gift for Ken here. It is the handbook for the recently deceased to help you in your quest in the afterlife.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Jeff? Jeff's here too.
Yeah, doing significantly better than some of the other people at the table. So.
Well, I'm glad you're feeling good.
For now,
I guess it is suitable that I'm relatively dead today because this is a game of death. And coming into us from Skype, we have Russ Friedewald. How you doing today?
Hey guys, how's it going? Thanks for having me.
Yeah, welcome to the pagoda.
It's weird being on a trivia podcast and not being part of the Sinister Six. For a while, I thought it was required, or to be Ryan Clefcorn Myers.
Yeah,
I'm sure they're here with you in spirit.
Yeah, well, Russ is one of our oldest listeners and
friends. He's not that old, Neal.
Yeah.
I think he means we go way back.
We go way back. Yeah,
we go way back.
We met Russ at our brunch before Geek Bowl. He came and supported the show, and also we had talked then about having him on a Game of Death, and it's been overdue. So we're really excited to have him here.
Yeah, it kind of kept getting pushed back, huh?
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah. Well, I think it also was our fate. We knew that we were going to get smoked, so we're just putting it off so that we could all be ready.
I feel like once we lost one, then we could have Russ on because that's been broken and we're fine now. So
yeah, Russ, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I live in Springfield, Illinois. Run during the day. I write software, and at night or on weekends, I run a company called Trivia Workshop. And I also write and edit for a company called Twin City Trivia in Bloomington.
Oh, very nice.
So you're familiar with trivia? Is that?
Yeah, a little bit. Off and on.
He's on the right show.
Yeah.
Well, so the rules of the game are pretty simple on this one. It's a game of death. So we're going to start off with each member of Triviality's specialty, 5 questions per round. Then we're going to go into the swing round in which Russ will have the opportunity to win double points because he'll be playing against the entire group. We're going to do Russ's specialty round against who he thinks is the weakest in his chosen category, and then we'll go to the final round where Team Triviality will work together and try to topple Russ, but he will try to be throwing us from the pagoda.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
And we lost the last
nervous,
one, right?
Very nervous.
I think
we lost. I'm at a base point now that we're losing, so I can't remember.
We did. That was the unfortunate Batman round.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, that's right, where they called Jeff out. Yeah, that's where when I knew all the answers too. That's okay. That's what happens. That's just part of it.
That's part of choosing the category.
Russ, before we get started, you write trivia. You love trivia. You play it all the time. Do you have a favorite trivia show that you watched that got you into trivia, or is there a specific moment in your life that kind of turned the tide for you and you're like, I really love trivia, I want to keep doing it?
I think it was just I did Scholastic Bowl in high school and used to play Trivial Pursuit obviously with my parents and their friends, but maybe game shows. Joker's Wild and things like that in the 70s, and then Jeopardy obviously in the 80s.
Because for me, it was that the scene in Billy Madison where they had the trivia bowl. And I just said, that's
Exactly.
for me.
Business ethics.
Well, this game is going to go out to all the parents that Russ beat when he was a teenager at Trivial Pursuit, who felt slighted.
Yeah, sorry about that.
All right. Well, without further ado, let's get started with the game. And again, I apologize for all my sniffles and choking up. All right, first question. Let's go to Neal first.
Oh, okay.
He's going to be first level of the pagoda today.
All right. Welcome to Sniffiality.
Sniffiality. I'm going to do my best not to do that, but it's going to happen. All right, question number 1. The operator of the illegal black market website Silk Road assumed what nickname once assumed by Cary Elwes in a film? Much like the story of the film, the nickname passed to another operator after the original website was taken down by law enforcement. So I just want to know the nickname.
I'm locked in.
The first thing, I might have you repeat it real quick, but the first thing that comes to my mind is Black Hat, which was there's a Michael Mann film about cybersecurity with Chris Hemsworth, and I know that has to do with like hacking and stuff. Immediately, Fancy Bear came to my mind, which I believe is the Russian hacking group. I think I might be wrong, but I know the other clues here, and I'm struggling to pull the other part. So I'm just going to tap by saying Black Hat. That's my locked-in answer.
Okay, Russ?
I didn't really know it from the actual side of the Silk Road thing, but in The Princess Bride, Cary Elwes plays the Dread Pirate Roberts. So that is the answer I'm going to lock in with.
Yep, and Russ is correct for the first question. It is the Dread Pirate Roberts. Good job.
Thank you.
I'm surprised you didn't go with the movie route there.
Well, I was going to, and I knew it was Princess Bride, and I haven't seen it in a while, and I couldn't think of his name.
Gotcha.
So I kept hearing Inigo Montoya, which I knew was incorrect. So I was like, well, I'll just go the other route.
Go Andre the Giant, which is always an answer in our games.
Yeah, right.
Want a peanut? All right, second question. What actor has portrayed the following villains on the big and small screen? Palpatine, Long John Silver, and Cardinal Richelieu.
Okay, so I think his name is Ian. Why can't I keep getting Dermot Mulroney and Dylan McDermott in my head, but I feel like it's close to Ian McDermott. Okay. Yeah, I'm just going to say Ian McDermott.
Okay, and Russ.
Yeah, I'm wrong too. I had the same thing. I know it's Ian, but there was a crossword clue yesterday about Ian Holm, so I had my brain stuck on Ian Holm, so that's what I said.
Sure. Okay, well, a guy named Ian did portray Palpatine in most of I think all of the Star Wars films, right, Neal?
Yeah.
Same guy. This is actually a voice actor for Palpatine in one of the TV shows. He portrayed Long John Silver in a movie and Cardinal Richelieu in one of the Three Musketeers movies. That's Tim Curry.
Oh, Pennywise.
Yeah.
Indeed. That would have been too much of a
Yeah,
giveaway.
I wasn't even thinking of voiceover whatsoever, which is my Achilles
the
heel
evil
there.
garbage monster from Ferngully. I think I would have.
Hexus.
Oh God, I didn't know that.
All right, number 3. If you were at the House of Blue Leaves talking to a Japanese man who looks like Charlie Brown, what film have you found yourself in?
I'm locked in.
Oh God, I'm having a bad morning here.
I definitely know it.
I can't think of the reference. Sleep slash preparation. So I'm gonna lock in with Mulholland Drive.
Okay, and Russ.
I just I'm nowhere close to Mulholland Drive. I said Kill Bill Volume 1.
It is Kill Bill Volume 1. Yes.
I knew it wasn't Mulholland Drive, for the record. I just said Mulholland Drive.
She
When you said
literally,
it, I was like, oh, God.
she literally calls the guy Charlie Brown.
Yeah.
Well, that's fine.
All right. no.
Tarantino.
Your fave.
That's Neal's justification for missing it. He just goes, Tarantino. All right, number 4. I'd just like you to name one hockey team mentioned in the movie Goon. Fictional hockey teams.
Fictional hockey team mentioned in Goon.
I don't think any real teams are actually mentioned.
Excuse me.
I can see all the colors of the teams, and I've only seen this movie once. It was great, but that was a long time ago.
I've never seen it, so I'm just going to lock in with...
Good sports guess.
Okay, I have a guess. It's incorrect, I'm sure.
Okay, let's start with Russ.
I'm just going to say the Chiefs.
The Chiefs. Okay, that's not a bad guess.
Yeah, I was going to say Chiefs as well for Slapshot, but I just went
Slapshot,
with
yeah.
Stars.
The Stars. All right. Well, looking over my list, I don't have Chiefs and I don't have Stars, but some of the notable names of teams would be the Highlanders, the Shamrocks of Victories, the Patriots, the Assassins, and then kind of down the list there are some other ones mentioned and shown, but those are lesser teams. So
Good.
all right. And lastly, question 5. Giovanni Ribisi's performance in what film was said to be based on Spike Jonze, who, needless to say, had a very intimate relationship with the film's director at the time?
Locked in.
Giovanni Ribisi. Spike Jonze. Yeah, I'm going to... I don't know. I'll say Boiler Room. I don't know. I have no idea.
Okay. Neal?
I was going to say Saving Private Ryan, but that would not be correct. The correct answer, I believe, is Lost in Translation.
Yep, it is Lost in Translation.
Oh, Sofia Coppola. Okay. Oh, that's right. Okay.
Way to not get shut out there, Neil.
I know, at least I got one.
Pulling through at the end.
So I believe after the first 5 there, Russ has 20 and Team Triviality has 10.
That is correct.
It's proving to be a tough one. Let's move right along to Matt.
All right.
See how he can muster these questions.
I feel so disappointed in myself. The last one, I cleaned out that round, and this one did not perform.
I had my fantasy football draft last night, so if there's a question about Saquon Barkley, I am in.
All right.
Hope there's not a question about Saquon Barkley.
Russ, are you prepared to face Matt in sports?
In no way am I prepared to face Matt in sports. This is my worst category.
Well,
So-
I was equally unprepared to write these sports questions, so here we go.
Good.
Number 1. After much out-of-octagon spectacle, Conor McGregor is slated to make his return in UFC 229 against what opponent?
UFC is a huge
Black
weak
hole.
spot. Yeah, I don't. If it's not tangentially related to WWE, I'm pretty lost on UFC.
Lock in, yes.
I think it's like a big name because I know that they're trying to do like a huge PPV number. I think this guy recently came back and is fighting again, so I just put Rampage Jackson.
And Russ?
No. Well, I guess it's not Ronda Rousey. But I have no guess. I don't really follow UFC. One name I know is Nate Diaz, but I'm sure that's not it.
Okay. Well, Matt was right. It is a big name in that it's a very long name. It is Khabib Nurmagomedov.
Oh, yeah. I wouldn't even been able to spell that.
Gonna be a real barn burner, I bet.
Ken couldn't even say it.
Yeah.
Nurmagomedov.
Okay.
Nurmagomedov, right?
Nurmagomedov? Yeah,
Oh,
that sounds right.
Nurmagomedov.
Perfect.
All right, moving on to number 2. Unfortunately, no points that time. But what superlative does famed pitcher Tony Mullane boast from his career spanning 1881 to 1894? Wait, Nolan Ryan is second on the list with 277 next to Tony's 343. So what do those numbers represent in those two men's careers, basically? So in other words, this guy Tony Mullane has the most of these with 343. Nolan Ryan has the second most with 277.
What was his career span? The first guy.
1881 to 1894.
I'll lock in.
So he's locked in. I only asked that because I'm thinking it's something like complete game shutouts or something like that. But like in 13 seasons, 300, you figure you only get about 30 starts a season. I guess they did more back then because they probably only pitched on like 2-3 days rest. But I guess I'm gonna lock in then with complete game shutout.
Okay, and Russ?
Ooh, that was so close to one of the things I had on my list. So I put down complete games, not necessarily shutouts, but then I thought those old-time pitchers probably had double that.
Mm-hmm.
I had, what's another thing a pitcher can do? Strikeouts, obviously that's way too low because there's lots of guys with well over 300 strikeouts in a season.
It's got to be box, right?
Yeah. Just
Box.
couldn't figure out how to get.
Well,
it
that's
first.
another one. I said wild pitches.
Okay.
And career wild pitches is actually correct.
Oh wow.
Wow.
So Russ gets points
No
there.
way.
Yeah.
Throws a wild pitch, but it actually connects.
Yeah, there you go.
Just a bit outside.
And number 3. Let's see if Matt can come back a little bit here. One of the top contenders in naming the potential new Seattle NHL team is this, though it is unclear if the logo would be a mountain or a Simpsons action star.
Okay. I'm locked in tepidly.
Okay. Russ?
Okay. Well, a mountain or a Simpsons action star.
Jeff hates the question. Why?
I hate that I know it.
I'm wrong, and I'm very mad about it.
Matt's having a revelation.
Oh, good. It takes the pressure off me then. It's not Radioactive Man. Or Fallout Boy. I don't know. I'll say the Olympias, since it's close to Olympia, Washington, presumably.
Okay. And Matt had a revelation while Russ was thinking.
Yeah, I had written down Wolf Castle because that's his last name, but I'm guessing you're talking about the mountain, Mount Rainier, and his name's Rainier Wolf Castle.
Oh, Rainier's right there in Seattle. Okay. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, so no points on this one, but the correct answer is the Rainiers.
I like didn't even think when I said I just went right to Wolf Castle because I'm like maybe there's a mountain called Wolf Castle.
And just to be clear,
Wolf Castles.
that name is only in the running as the team has not been validated yet.
When are they going to be a official team?
Probably 2020, hopefully, if it goes according to plan. But
Just them two, not like another team with them?
no, they did the Golden Knights, last year. So
Yeah.
I wish other sports would add more teams because that was so exciting when the Jaguars and the Panthers came out back in the old days. So, I don't know. That's just my take.
Oh, hot take. The 90s had a lot of new teams.
It's a lukewarm take.
All right, number 4. The Red Auerbach Trophy is awarded for what in the NBA?
I can tell you it's not for starring in Law and Order. Am I right?
Oh,
Aha. I'll lock in. I think I know this one.
It's 'cause
Jerry
it's
Auerbach.
because it's pronounced Arbach.
All right, I'm firing Neal right now for that joke.
Famous Broadway star as well. Look up his Broadway career. He's great.
Red Arbach.
Yeah.
Right? No, Jerry Arbach.
You locked in, Russ?
Oh, yeah. This is one I think I definitely know.
Yeah. Red Arbach, the famous Celtics coach. So I'm saying Coach of the Year.
And Russ?
NBA Coach of the Year. Yep.
Yep, you guys are both correct. So
Hey.
points for that one.
That hasn't happened yet. Good job, Russ.
And finally, number 5. What jersey number was worn at different times by the likes of Terry Bradshaw, Roger Staubach, and Bob Greasy?
I'm locked in.
Yeah, I think I am too, unless I'm getting this confused with Bob Greasy's terrible son, Brian Greasy, and his awful run at Bears quarterback. But I locked in with 12.
Okay, and Russ?
Also said 12. I was a Steelers fan around the time they were good in the late 70s.
12 is correct. Good job, guys.
All right.
So let's get a points recap.
All right, Russ picking up 30 points to get to 50, and Team Triviality just picking up 20 to make it 30. So 50 to 30 heading into the swing round.
All right, it's quite the fight going into the swing round. Let's see what happens. Triviality can finally work together on these. So today we are going to be doing film translations. I'm going to be telling you the names of films in the original language, or in one case, the renamed film in English. And you'll just tell me what they're best known in the United States as, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Oh, boy. So this is you're giving us the English translation.
No, I'm giving you a very poorly pronounced foreign translation.
Oh, boy. Oh,
And then
okay.
you give me the English title.
Can we actually have the dubbed version of your
Yeah.
reading?
All right, the first one is the one I was most nervous about, so I put it right at the front. It's Wohu Keng Long. All right, the second one, Danny the Dog. The third one, Lola Rent. Next, El Buono, El Bruto, El Cattivo. Next is Sento Chohiro no Kamikakushi. Next is Det Sjond Inseglet. And next is Ladri de Bicicleta. Next is Cidade de Dios. Here's one that'll be fun to say in French. Les Scaphandres et les Papillons. And last, in German, Das Leben der Anderen. Okay, so again, number 1, Wohu Keng Long. Number 2, Danny the Dog. Number 3, Lola Rent. Number 4, Il Buono, Il Bruto, Il Cattivo. Number 5, Sento Chohiro no Kamikakushi. 6, Det Sjond Inseglet. 7, Ladri de Bicicleta. 8, Cidade de Dios. 9, Le Scaphandre et la Papillon. And 10. Das Leben der anderen. All right, so we are ready to get these answers. Let's start with number 1, Wohu Keng Long. Let's start with Russ.
I have no idea. I just said King Kong.
Okay, and Team Triviality.
Believing that this is Chinese kind of alluded to the fact that the words were not separated, and knowing that long is Chinese for dragon, we went to Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Yep, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon is correct on that one. Number 2 was simply Danny the Dog. What did you have, Team Triviality?
So that one is the Jet Li, Morgan Freeman, Bob Hoskins movie that I used to rent to people at Blockbuster, and that's Unleashed.
And did Russ have that as well?
I did not. I had really no idea. I said Old Dog.
Okay, it is Unleashed, which I think Danny the Dog is so much of a cooler title.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think kids might accidentally rent it then. Though.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, Danny the dog.
He's a wily dog.
All right, number 3 was Lola Rent.
This one I knew. We actually showed this at one of our local movie clubs. That is, and this is the German version of Run Lola Run.
Featuring the great solo one song Glory. It is Run Lola Run.
Yeah.
What?
That was just a Rent joke.
All right, you guys are right. It is Run Lola Run. All right, this one I felt was pretty gettable. Il buono, il brutto, il cattivo. Russ?
Just going by the cadence there, I said the good, the bad, and the ugly.
We put the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Yep, you guys are right. Good, the bad, and the ugly. Number 5. Sen to Chihiro no Kamikakushi. Russ?
No clue, and I don't know. I assume that's Japanese, so I had nothing. Let's say Lost in Translation, since I obviously am.
Jeff?
I like how Ken went immediately to me. Sen to Chihiro tracks the journey of a girl named Sen to her journey as a girl named Chihiro in Hayao Miyazaki's Spirited Away.
Yep. Kamikakushi means to spirit away, and Spirited Away is correct. 6. Det Sjond in Siglet. Let's start with Russ.
Yeah, this one I knew. This was one of the films in one of my film classes. This is The Seventh Seal.
And Triviality?
Yeah, through some reasoning and language deciphering, we came up. Yeah, guessing, or better known as guessing. We went with The Seventh Seal.
Yep, you guys are both right. So, Russ, you did a lot better on this than you had previously led on, I think. Well, let's go to number 7, Ladri de Bicicleta. Start with Russ.
Okay. Well, the word that jumps out there is bicicleta. And I remember asking a trivia question about Pee Wee Herman's Big Adventure being based on The Bicycle Thief, an Italian movie. So I just said The Bicycle Thief because that's what jumped out. I don't know if that's right.
Team Triviality.
Yeah, you can't listen to a conversation with Martin Scorsese without him mentioning The Bicycle Thief.
Wow.
Yep, that's right on both accounts.
Okay.
All right, 8, Cidade de Deus. Triviality.
Jeff, you want to take this one? It's one of my favorite foreign films, but I'll let you say it.
I believe this is City of God.
From Brazil. And Russ?
Yeah, same. The Ciudade and Deus jumped out there. Ciudade being Portuguese for city. Deus, obviously God, so City of God.
Yep, you guys are both right. City of God. Number 9, this is one that was beating Neal up, and I think maybe just came up with the right answer all but too late.
Yes.
Le Scaphandre et le Papillon. Let's start with Russ.
Okay. Well, papillon obviously was the word that jumped out there, and assuming it doesn't have to do with the dog papillon, I know that means butterfly, and I assume you wouldn't just ask about the movie Papillon, and so I just said the butterfly effect.
Okay. And Neal, you want to go through this one?
Yeah, I couldn't think of the name of the movie initially, and then my high school French came back to me and remembered papillon means butterfly, and if it's a French movie, it would be the diving bell and the butterfly. Which
Okay.
when I worked at Starbucks, an elderly woman who was a great customer came in and gave me a brand new copy of The Diving Bell and the Butterfly and told me that she was recently divorced and had a house all to herself, and I'd like to come and have a glass of wine with her and watch that movie. I declined, but appreciated.
How fast did you say yes?
I should have said yes, but I declined and took the movie though and watched it.
So you finally came up with that, but you locked in with another answer, right?
Yes, we locked in with The Lady and the Tramp.
Okay.
All that being said, we got stuck on dog, and yeah, that's where we were at.
All right. Yeah, it is The Diving Bell and the Butterfly, so no points on this one. And 10, Das Leben der Anderen.
I'm sure I'll know it once we hear it, but we didn't know again, so we also went with a movie that was not a foreign film, and we just said The Blade Runner.
Okay. Russ?
Yeah, I think Leben is love in German, so I just said love actually. No real reason.
It is The Lives of Others.
Oh, Anderen is others. Okay, that's right.
Yeah, that's a good round.
Neil said, isn't that a place in Star Wars?
Well, yeah, initially I did, and I was like, oh no, that's Alderaan.
All right.
Very
So
good.
after that round, can we get the new score tally?
Sure. Team Triviality got 8 right, adding 40 to their score. Russ had 5 right, adding 50 to his. So adding those in, that'll bring the totals to 70 for Triviality and 100 even for Russ.
All right. So Triviality trailing a little bit. Russ, how do you feel about the hard facts coming at Jeff?
The hard facts. Boy, that's going to be tough.
All right. So let's get started with a vocab question. And interestingly enough, what German-derived K-word literally translates as the cat's wail and denotes a state of confusion, depression, or a hangover?
And by whale, you mean like W-A-I-L?
Yes.
This cat doesn't own a whale.
I'm locked in then.
And I am on my 4th tissue.
I don't know. I'm going to just tap out on this one.
Wow.
Okay, just tapping. Russ?
Well, I just separated the two words, and I think there's a word that is sort of used to describe a state of confusion and a loud noise. Caterwaller?
You're close, but it's Katzenjammer.
The Katzenjammer kids.
Are you kidding? I was literally going to make that joke, but I didn't know that.
No?
I asked a question about the Cats and Jammer kids.
I know you did.
The old Katzenjammer kids.
I was like, there's no way that's right. I'm done.
All right.
I'm way off course.
That's why it's always pays to just put down an answer.
Yep.
You never know.
Let's move past that one and go to number 2. Consisting of about 0.6% of the population, what is the rarest blood type?
So it seems the blood has quickly drained from both Russ and Jeff.
Oh, I locked in.
Oh, Russ is in.
I'll lock in.
Yeah.
Okay, let's start with Russ.
It always comes down to a guess between AB negative and O negative. No, not O negative. That's me. And B negative. So in this case, I said AB negative.
I said O positive.
The correct answer is AB negative.
Didn't you have that written down,
No, O
Jeff?
positive is the most common.
Yeah, Jeff had AB negative written down. I saw him cross it out, and probably should have went with that.
Yeah, Jeff is almost doing really well
hate
this
when that
round.
happens.
He's freezing up. All right, number 3 comes from Jonathan Berlingeri. How you doing, Jonathan Berlingeri? If you overheard my booking a hotel over the phone and the first 4 numbers of the credit card I provided were 4522, tell me what type of credit card I was using.
Oh, I know this one.
I'm locked in.
I'll lock in.
The bank guy.
All right, both players are locked in, so let's start with Jeff.
I said Visa.
Okay. Russ?
Yeah, I just also said Visa since it's the most common, I think.
Yep, it is Visa. All Visa numbers start with 4, and MasterCard starts with 5. So
And American Express starts with 3.
there you go.
Good to know.
It's also one of the 3 that doesn't have 16 digits.
All right. All right, number 4. This one is listener submitted from Jason Heaton. Thanks, Jason. In what year did Chevrolet fail to produce the Corvette due to the inability to adhere to updated emissions regulations?
I'm going to lock in. Just a total guess.
I'm locked in.
Okay, Jeff's in. Let's start with Jeff.
I said 1954.
1954. And Russ.
I said 2010. So we're not even close.
Well, if you were able to go right between those years, 1983
Wow.
would be the correct answer.
Oh, good to know.
And moving right along to number 5. At atomic number 51, what element symbol is derived from the Latin stibium?
Yeah, I'm locked in.
Stibium.
I'm locked in.
I'm going to use it in a sentence. Let's see. And I don't know how to say it. Stibium. The doctor walked into the OR and said, "Sir, you have a plush toy stuck in your stibium."
All right, let's start with Russ on this one.
Nice. Yeah, I've been boning up on periodic table stuff because of this trivia thing coming up. And one of those is SB is the symbol, and it is antimony or antimony.
Jeff?
Ooh, I think he's right. I put tin, but I think I was thinking of the wrong one.
No, it's antimony
Yeah.
with the symbol SB. So it seems as Jeff's been taken down a notch in this.
Well, the next question is, what character is Barbara Gordon known as in the wheelchair in Batman? The Oracle. No, I was just,
I'm walking out.
That was just a callback.
The hard facts. Batman.
All right, can we get a score update?
Sure. So Russ tacks another 30 onto his score, bringing his to 130. And we add another 10 to ours, bringing our score to 80.
All right.
Well, it sounds like the listeners are getting better and we're getting worse.
Yeah.
These games of death.
It's pretty true.
All right, so on that note, Russ emailed me. He said he'd like some 80s questions and more specifically 80s music questions if at all possible. So that's what I have for him. Russ, who do you want to go up against?
Who's the youngest?
It's
Jeff.
I think we're all born within 2 years. But
Let's go Neal.
Ooh, great.
Neil loves 80s music.
I do, but I'm not good enough to know names, so we'll see what
You
happens.
guys can't see his flock of seagulls inspired haircut.
I am the
right now.
youngest. I got a little worried, and then I thought, no, I'd probably do okay.
Yeah.
I've had the 80 station on at work for like 2 straight months, so
Yeah, but it's pretty clear that you don't have the eye of the tiger today, Jeff.
no.
No offense, but all right. So Neal
Local boy,
versus
Jim Peterick.
Neal versus Russ in 80s music. All right, this first question comes to us from David Raffetto.
Oh.
Thanks for yet another question, David. What new wave English band had a top 10 hit in 1980 with the song Turning Japanese? If they were still making hits today, just imagine the e-cigarette promotional deals.
Well, that gives it away. I'm locked in, honestly.
I'm in.
All right, let's start with Neal.
I believe it's the Vapors.
It is indeed the Vapors.
Yeah, and I believe I have the Vapors today. The Vapors is correct.
I do declare.
So I do declare. All right, number 2. Thanks to a cover by Weezer, a lot of people are now familiar with Toto's classic Africa. Less known is the fact that Toto's current vocalist is the son of what film composer?
Oh, yeah. I'm locked in.
Oh, okay. I'm locked in.
All right, let's start with Russ.
That is John Williams.
Neal?
I also went with John Williams.
John Williams is correct. Good job, guys.
If you didn't get that, I was going to go, da-da.
Well, I was thinking about it, and I was like, where did I just hear this? And there's a great podcast called The Soundtrack Show, if you haven't heard it, and they do a whole thing about John Williams, and I remember doing some extra research after that episode, and then found this fact out.
You know
'cause I love
what
Africa.
that guy is obsessed with John Williams.
Yeah, he is.
You know what other great podcast you can hear it on? Ours.
Oh, did we say it?
No, somebody a while back had asked me a question about which band features John Williams' son, and I said Toto.
Yeah.
Is that
Oh.
so?
It is so.
Yes. That is so.
I blocked it out. All right, number 3. What band released their 5th studio album in 1982, seemingly warning the audience with the title of the record? Oh no, it's blank. So the blank is the name of the band. Oh no, it's
Oh, I got you.
so
Yeah.
and so.
I'm locked in.
So it was their 5th album. I don't know this one off the top of my head. Oh no, it's...
It sounds super familiar.
Wow. Oh no, it's... so 5th album, that means they would have started in the late 70s, mid to late 70s. Oh my man. So yeah, I knew I was going to falter at some point. I'm just going to guess, complete guess, Wham! Exclamation point. Oh, I'm sorry, not Wham! Let me sorry, DeVoe is what I meant to say. There we go.
Okay. Russ?
It's funny that he used an exclamation point because there is an exclamation point in the title of the album. It's "Oh no!" exclamation point. It's Devo.
Yep, it is Devo. Good job, guys. Somehow Neal pulled that one out.
Well, I know it's supposed to be pronounced DeVoe, so I thought the rhyme of "Oh no, it's DeVoe."
Yeah, right.
There you
Well,
go.
good job. Every dog has his day.
Especially Danny.
All right, number 4. Although vastly more popular for a different song, what musical artist also performed duets released as singles entitled When You Gonna and Learning to Live Without Your Love? The without your love is in parentheses.
I'll lock in. It's going to be a guess.
Just because I've been listening to some of his music while driving, and I know it's completely wrong, I'm going to put, oh my God, I just forgot his name, Bobby Brown.
All right, Russ?
I just thought who's known for one major song that would be Ray Parker Jr. for Ghostbusters. So I said Ray Parker Jr.
All right, well, take a listen to this here.
We got Rick rolled.
I was going to put Rick Astley.
It is Rick Astley, guys.
I was like, oh, that makes sense, but I'm not going to use that clue, so I had to go down. That's all right.
All right, number 5. What punk act formed in 1980 found its members in bands such as The Meatmen, Bad Religion, and Fugazi after dissolving?
All right, I'm between Bad Religion and NoFX, but I feel like NoFX.
Bad Religion is in the question.
Or sorry, Black Flag and NoFX. NoFX, I believe, is a lot older than I remember, but I don't think they're that old. Where they would have been like 20 in 1980. So yeah, I'm going to go with Black Flag.
Okay, Russ.
Okay, so we're either both right or both wrong, because I was thinking Black Flag too, and I locked it in, and then I thought maybe they're a little bit older than that, but I locked in with Black Flag.
All right, well, unfortunately, no points for this one. The answer
crap.
is Minor Threat.
Oh, Minor Threat. Jeez. Okay, it's digging deep.
All right, so
Because I know that guy's also went on to do Fugazi. That's the only reason I remembered that.
Ian Mackay and
Yeah, I
Okay.
didn't know what year they were founded.
Brian Baker in Bad Religion and Lyle Preslar in The Meatmen.
Gonna see Bad Religion probably the weekend that this comes out. So I'm excited
Nice.
for that.
They Riot Fest again?
Yeah.
Gotcha. They're always a good time.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get those totals going into the final round.
All right, Jeff, I'm going to be tabulating the scores, but it seems like we have a special message.
We do. I just want to thank all of our Patreon supporters out there. They really help keep the show running. If you'd like to support the show, you can do so for as little as $1 a month, giving you some great perks, access to our Patreon-only feed, bonus episodes. And if you've really been enjoying the bonus video series that we've been doing, that's basically because we have support from Patreon. So if you want to join the illustrious few who've claimed their titles, please do so, patreon.com/trivialitypodcast.
All right, thank you, Jeff. Well, going into the final round, it's not too tight of a game, but we have some points that we can wager, so I guess that's great.
We have points.
We have points to wager. So Team Triviality is going to have 110 points to work with, and Russ is going to have a comfortable 160 points to work with.
That's never comfortable. Never comfortable.
All right, so here are your final round categories that you'll be wagering on. The first one is obligatory hockey question.
Oh, God.
Number 2 will be leading men. Number 3 will be classifications. Number 4 will be American politics. And number 5 will be That's Tasty.
Ooh. I like that. I haven't eaten today.
That's a tasty lick.
Umami.
That's tasty is the last one.
Or for all you, what's that thing called? The noise thing that people like on the internet now? Like the sounds?
ASMR.
ASMR. That's tasty.
They can listen to my raspy, sick voice.
We'll just get a bunch of fruit in here and just go
No, I don't like that. No.
What kind of fruit is that?
dragon fruit. I don't know.
An unbutchered pineapple?
I wonder if my beard rubbing on my microphone showed up on the track now. So
All right, so we're just going to go over some wagers here, Russ.
don't write us off.
Okay.
We're not
I rate
that
myself
bad.
off. I'm not even a good trivia player. I just like making content, and editing, and putting things out. So I'm just here for your entertainment.
Are you not entertained?
I'm not.
Okay, so all the bids? All right, all the wagers are in. It's time to move on to the question portion. And this first hockey question comes from Matt Doherty. So thanks for this one. The Montreal Canadiens are the longest continuously operating ice hockey team in the world, but their most interesting piece of history is around the secondary name for both the team and its fans. The name refers to the original settlers from France in the 17th century. What is that secondary nickname? Number 2, this is brought to us by Jason Heaton, and it was in Leading Men. There have only been 7 occurrences of an actor to have won Best Actor in a Leading Role award in all 5 major awards ceremonies, which are the Academy Awards, BAFTA, Screen Actors Guild, Golden Globes, and Critics' Choice. Name 2 actors that have won that honor, or the actor with the role that they played. All right, number 3. This is brought to us by Peter Wynn in Classifications. Though no longer widely used, modern-day humans were sometimes classified by not only genus and species, which is Homo sapien, but also by a subspecies. What is that subspecies? And 4, this one was brought to us by me, and it's in American Politics. What American politician sought the presidency in the general election 3 times and was not able to secure the party nomination 2 additional times? In the general election, he was defeated by John Quincy Adams, Andrew Jackson, and Polk. And it happens that he is not a golem. What's his name? And 5, that's tasty. Pina Colada and Kettle Corn were recently defeated as of August 2018 in a My Oreo creation contest by what flavor?
Okay, so
the action one's not bad.
Let's go through this real quick. So number 1 is the Habs.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
No idea.
Number 2, you said you had this one?
Yeah. So, not to go into it, but
No, just go for it. I'll write stuff down.
okay.
So either two of the...
Actors or an actor in the role.
Yeah.
Okay. So usually when someone wins all of them, they when they win like the Screen Actors Guild, Oscar, it means it's kind of unanimous, and it's usually for real people. So I know for a fact Philip Seymour Hoffman won it for Capote. Daniel Day-Lewis got it for
Capote.
Lincoln. He swept for Lincoln. I know that for sure.
Okay.
Do you want to just do Philip Seymour Hoffman and Lincoln?
Which one do you like the most?
Or Daniel Day-Lewis for Lincoln? Are you sure it was all 5?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he swept for Lincoln. And then I would say like...
We only need 2.
I'm just double checking.
Okay.
Let me see. Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Both high-pitched voice gentlemen.
I remember Jamie Foxx won all of them, and then the only other person I can think of that like really swept was
for Ray?
Jamie
Yeah.
Foxx one for Ray.
Yeah.
I could see that.
Was
was
the
very
guy
good
from Amadeus? Was that?
It didn't start happening until like
So it's later.
2000s.
Okay.
Yeah, where everyone was like sweeping everything.
Okay, so
I just know for sure. I know for sure Daniel Day-Lewis. No one voted against him. That he
So
won all of them.
Dan- Lincoln.
Do you
Yeah.
want to just do Daniel Day-Lewis, Lincoln,
Lincoln?
as our final
Yeah.
answer?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, guys, I wanted to do a quick clarification on question 3 about classifications. The father of modern taxonomy, Carl Linnaeus, is considered the type specimen for this subspecies.
Okay.
We are locked in. Are you all set?
All right. Good go.
So both teams are all locked in after some discussion over here on the triviality side. So number 1 wants to know the alternate name for the Montreal Canadiens and their fans. Let's start with Russ. He wagered 0 points on this question, so it's not a huge deal.
Yeah, it's very rare that I know a hockey answer, but this one happens to be one that I think I know anyway. I said Habs, Habs.
Okay. And triviality with a big 30.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is something that I always heard on SportsCenter that I didn't understand, and I still probably don't understand. But they call the Canadians,
Even though Ken just explained it in the question.
Well, yeah, I stopped listening. Canadians alternate name. It's the Habs.
Yep, the answer is the Habs, or Les Habitants. The nickname refers to the original inhabitants of the Montreal area as New France.
So there you have it for at least the rest of probably today.
Yeah.
All right, so triviality picks up 30 points on that one, and Russ stays the same. Next question. There have been 7 occurrences of actors to have won the Best Actor in a Leading Role award in all 5 major awards ceremonies. I needed either the actor, 2 of the actors, or the actor and the role that they played. So let's start with triviality on this one. Again, going big with 30 points.
Just kind of recap what we were talking about. My reasoning was most of the times when an actor sweeps all of those, a lot of times it's for a character that people wouldn't want to vote against, which means a real person if they portray them correctly. So the names I threw out were Philip Seymour Hoffman for Capote. I believe Jamie Foxx did it for Ray. I believe Jeffrey Rush did it for Shine for the piano player. But the answer we went with, which I was 100% sure on because it was recent, and for lack of a better joke, it was Spielberg. I believe it was Daniel Day-Lewis for Lincoln.
Okay, Daniel Day-Lewis and Lincoln. What did Russ have? He bet 10 points on this one, so staying conservative.
Yep, that was one of the two actors that I had written down. I had Daniel Day-Lewis for Lincoln and Heath Ledger as the Joker. But I ended up going with Daniel Day-Lewis as Lincoln.
All right, looks like both competitors are getting points on this one.
And to add a little bit of an edge, that actually brings the scores tied at 170 each.
Oh boy,
Right.
I'm now dead.
All right, so the list here I have is Jeffrey Rush for his role in Shine,
1,
Jamie Foxx in Ray,
2,
Philip Seymour Hoffman in Capote,
3,
Forrest Whitaker, The Last King of Scotland, Daniel Day-Lewis for There Will Be Blood, Colin Firth for The King's Speech, and Daniel Day-Lewis again for Lincoln.
He did it twice.
So that's why I worded the question kind of bizarrely. It's because technically you could have answered Daniel Day-Lewis and Daniel Day-Lewis.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even think about There Will Be Blood. That's a good point. Yeah.
I'm
And
disappointed Neal only had 4 complete pairs out of the 7.
and again, thank you to Matt Doherty for that first question on the hockey and Jason Heaton for the second question. We have Peter Wynn here for third question. Again, though not widely used, modern-day humans were sometimes classified not only by genus and species, Homo sapiens, but also by subspecies. Need to know the name of that subspecies. Triviality bet 10 on this one, so let's get their answer first.
I feel like I've heard the extra classification before as being Homo sapiens sapiens, so we said sapiens.
That's a silly answer. And Russ, you bet 0.
Man.
What did you have?
Yeah, now I think I do remember hearing that, but the only other thing I've heard, and I know this isn't right, but I said Homo erectus,
Okay.
and since I had 0 points wagered, didn't really matter.
So Triviality is picking up another 10 on this one. It is Homo sapiens sapiens.
Nice.
Just listen to Jeff. I had no idea on that
Yeah,
one.
we almost talked him out of it, though. Don't worry.
Yeah, we did.
All right, here's one that Triviality was struggling on a little bit. What American politician sought the presidency in the general election 3 times? Lost all 3 of those to John Quincy Adams, Andrew Jackson, and Polk. Failed to secure the party nomination 2 additional times and is not a Gollum. What did you have, Russ? You wagered 10 points.
When you said Gollum, I kind of thought, is it Smeagol? But I went with Henry Clay for my 10 points.
Okay, and Triviality with 30 points on the line here. What did you have?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, we were just thinking of famous golems, and we got stuck on the Thing. His name is Ben Grimm, right? Thought Grimm sounds like an old timey name, and we locked in with Grimm.
Well, Russ is correct here. Sometimes when you think of golems, you think of Clay.
Yep.
It's Henry Clay.
Oh, wow.
And number 5, that's tasty. Pina Colada and Kettle Corn were recently defeated as of August 2018 in a My Oreo creation contest by what flavor? Let's start with Russ here. He wagered 10.
I just wrote a question about this in the What's Going On current events round. I believe that is cherry cola.
Cherry Cola and
Coke.
Triviality
Yeah, it says
wagered 10 on this one.
Savage Garden would call it cherry cola, I believe.
Chicken and cherry cola.
We argued about a lot of things on here. I just was in the cookie aisle because I was having a sad day. I saw
Totally fair.
I believe there is a cookie dough flavor, but it might not be for the contest, so I said cookie dough.
And the answer is cherry cola. So Russell increases his score. It looks like both teams have actually increased their scores by 30 on this final round. So
Well,
let's
we had caught up and fell behind.
get those final scores.
All right. So after tabulating those scores, Triviality coming in with a very respectable 140. But today's winner is going to be Russ with 190.
Wow. Thanks.
We'll cue up that neck snap again. Let's hear it.
Fatality.
I'm hearing that a lot lately.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
sounds getting kind of
We were
familiar.
pretty close there. If
That's two of us knocked off. If each of those neck snaps is just one of us, we're
just
running
sort
out
of
people.
we just sort of wagered on American politics, but I guess if we would have bet, I don't know, something conservative, we might have come close, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, if we actually, that would have been a 30-point swing. So yeah, I still wouldn't have won.
Yeah,
But
no.
If we got it right, we would have won. So,
Well, Triviality put up a hell of a fight, but it looks like
did.
Russ Friedewald has thrown them from the pagoda, and our dead corpses are laying on the bottom. So that's kind of how I showed up today.
So yeah, we're gonna have to have some sort of page on the site of people who have towered the pagoda, and then we'll do some sort of, I don't know, pagoda tournament later on.
There you go.
yeah, we love tournaments now,
Yeah,
as you can tell from our video series.
exactly. So how do you feel, Russ? What are you going to do with your winnings?
I love it. I'm going to go to Peoria.
Yeah.
Spend all my winnings. Yeah, I had a great time. I love the show, so it was a big honor to be a part of
Oh, thank
today's recording. So
Yeah,
thanks for
coming
having me.
on.
I was just trying to figure out what the exchange rate is on corpses, but
Oh, okay. In Peoria, big money.
Big money.
Yeah, thank you
Exactly.
for being a listener and a supporter. We always love interacting with you on Facebook, and we'll have to have you back on for a regular game. But more importantly, you are a great host from what we've heard. So if you'd like to come on and host a game anytime you're available, just let us know.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks. Appreciate it.
Yeah, and make sure to check out Russ's Trivia Workshop at facebook.com/Trivia Workshop. And without further ado, I want to thank Russ for being our guest today, and for my co-hosts in the studio, Jeff, Matt, Neal. I am Ken. We'll see you next time if I'm still alive, and that was Triviality.
Excuse me, are you the guy that did an entire Law and Order episode for his audition?
Nope.
In the criminal justice system, the people are represented by two separate but equally important groups. The police who investigate the crimes and the district attorneys who prosecute the offenders. These are their stories.